Friend coming your way is pretty wonderful. Yeah, after receiving a lot of congratulatory messages that of the recent award won together with my team, I want to say thanks to all of you. And it's a privilege. I count everything as a privilege, and as well as my Five Alive gift is a privilege. However, I want to quickly tell you something that you might not really give a very good attention to. And that is one of the lessons that I learned in the course of my public speaking adventures. I realized that in most of the occasions, you may not necessarily need to go to Google in order to look for ways by which you can make your speeches. But instead, you look within yourself. You look inward. You look at where you come from. You look at your parents. You look at your siblings. You look at basically your friends. You look at virtually everything that happens in and around you. And when you look at it and you are able to dissect it critically and logically, you will be able to bring out life lessons that would bring about a change in the heart of men, that was going to bring about an emotional push in the heart of men, that will make somebody to know that this story is not just one that was taken from nowhere. This is a story that is being related from personal life stories and experiences. So when you share your story with people, they are ready to believe it more than a fictional story. Yeah, sometimes you fictionalize your story, but the truth remains that a down-to-earth story that is going to change the heart of men starts with you. And so in life, there is something about our past that we didn't take a cognizance look into. And that is why when you look into your past, it has a way of helping your current or your present pursuit. So instead of thinking like your past is a mess, I tell you, no, it's not a mess. You are not shitty. There is something about your past that is very, very interesting. In most of the occasions, what I do is I use my dad as a character. I use the farm in which I attended early in life as a settings for my story. I use either my brother, my sisters, and then my mom. And I use my friends even as characters. That is just to tell you that we are meant to bring something colorful from our awful past. So every day as you go, I want you to have this sense of connecting your present situation and circumstances or your pursuit to where you're coming from, and be able to bring out interesting life stories from it, which will eventually change somebody's life, because human life stories seems to be the same, with just a little touch of differences. But if you don't know this, you will always think like your past is horrible. But no. So today, I want you to think about your past. I want you to bring out lessons of life that could be of help to somebody out there. Tell it with joy. And you will realize that majority of those guys outside that they think they don't have hope will begin to have a sense of hope. And that is why you are here. Your story aren't bad. They are meant to polish somebody else's experiences. And as you do this, I pray that the Lord is going to help you. Thank you.